Hey, what's up guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be taking a Herald of Perfection Cyber Angel deck profile. Now this deck is a lot of fun, and it's what you play when you just want to look across the table and go, I don't want you to play against me. I want to tell you no to everything you play. Now this deck is kind of like an ode to my favorite female character, or one of my favorite female characters in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh series, and that is Alexis Rhodes. Alexis Rhodes was awesome, and then she actually got to come back in Arc 5, which I thought was really, really cool. But this is kind of a little bit more spicy because you have the Herald of Perfection in the deck. So it's really a lot of fun, and it's a very anti-meta deck. I think the Herald of Perfection will always be a really good card. So before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check the description down below for my Patreon account, and let's get straight on into it. Now this deck is a lot of fun to play because you just make Herald and you sit on it because it's awesome. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of Herald of Perfection. And Herald of Perfection states that if you have a fairy monster that is a light fairy monster in your hand, during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can send a fairy type monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate the activation if you do destroy it. So you can literally say no to just about anything they have, which I think is awesome. Then we play 3 copies of Cyber Angel Benton. Benton is kind of the searcher of the deck, that if you use it as materials, basically if you tribute it, you can add a light fairy monster from your deck to your hand. And then if this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the defense of the monster. Excuse me. That's sent to the graveyard. So if you have this on the field and you honest against them, they're going to take extra damage, which is really, really nice because you can kill somebody with that effect. Then I play 2 copies of Cyber Angel Edaton. Edaton's really nice, but it's not quite as good as Benton. Edaton's effect is that you can ritual summon it with, and also all of these Cyber Angel monsters you can ritual summon with any Cyber Angel ritual, which is nice. And if this card is ritual summoned, you can add a ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, or your graveyard to your hand. And if this card is tributed, you can make all ritual monsters you control gain 1,000 attack, which is really nice because you can make your Dakini go all the way up to 37, which is nice. Speaking of Dakini, we play 1 copy of Cyber Angel Dakini, which is kind of the walloping stick of the deck. And that's, you can ritual summon this card with any Cyber Angel ritual, and if this card is ritual summoned, you can make your opponent send 1 monster they control to the grave. They choose it, but if this ritual summoned card you control attacks defense position monster, it inflicts piercing damage to your opponent, which is nice. And then once returned during the end phase, this is the awesome effect about it. Once returned during the end phase, you can target a ritual monster or a ritual spell that's a Cyber Angel ritual in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which is, I really like that because it lets you recycle some of your cards. So if you have like a Dakini and a Herald on the field, you can really get somewhere. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Cyber Angel Vrash, and I'm thinking about dropping this, to be honest. 1 copy is okay because you don't really see it all that often, but it's there if you need it. It's a level 10 monster, and it's 3,000 attack. And it kind of comes in helpful sometimes. If it's ritual summon, you can destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible, which is really nice. And if you do, you inflict, let's see, it's possible that we're special summon from the extra deck, and if you do inflict 1,000 points to them for each. But it comes in handy, but I'm honestly thinking about dropping the 1 Brash down because I'm thinking about just kind of focusing more on the level 6s and the 1 level 8. I might even put another Takini in for the Vrash, but I haven't decided yet. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Cyber Petite Angel, which kind of searches all of your Cyber Angels or a Machine Angel ritual and adds it to your hand. Then we play, because it's a ritual deck, we play 3 Manjus because you need that search power. It just makes the difference. Then we play 3 copies of Stick, which is Star Seraph Scepter, and 3 copies of Chair, which is Star Seraph Sovereignty. The Stick and Chair engine kind of helps out with the deck because they're fairy monsters, and when you normal summon the Stick, you get another Star Seraph that's another one into your hand, which is going to be your Sovereignty, which is the Chair. which kind of helps out. It lets you go into your Evil Sworn Ouroboros and stuff like that. So that's why we're playing the 3-in-3 ratio. And then, let me scoot all this up really quick because we have even more monsters. We play 3 copies of Honest because it's everything's light in the deck. And then 1 copy of Archlord Christia. So if you can get a Herald of Perfection and an Archlord Christia on the field with an Honest in hand, you might as well just give them the handshake. I mean, because you can't special summon, and I'm going to negate any kind of destruction that you're going to give against me. So you can't even Kaiju me because you're going to try and special summon. You can't activate your Raigeki because I'm going to negate it. So if you don't Solemn Strike one of these, I'm going to win. So that's it for the main deck. I even thought about dropping the Vrash and putting in another Christia, but I haven't really decided yet. I was liking Vrash for a while, but then I'm, again, kind of thinking about dropping it. But that's it for the monsters. Let's get into spells. I know that monster count is huge, huge, huge. And while I'm changing over, guys, don't forget to subscribe. I will mention that again. So let's get into... That is huge for monsters. But you need them all because your Herald functions off of that. So then, speaking of Herald, we play 3 Dawn of the Herald. Now this card's really good because if you can get a Benton in the hand and a Herald of Perfection in the hand, you pretty much are getting it for free because you use the Benton to summon it. Because when you summon the Herald of Perfection, with the Dawn of the Herald, you can banish it from the graveyard, banish this card from the graveyard, and then you get to target 1 monster in your graveyard that was tributed for the ritual summon, and then you get to add it to your hand, which is nice. So Benton goes off, lets you add a fairy from deck, and then this lets you add the Benton back to hand. So it's like you lost no card advantage. Then we play for the Cyber Angels 3 copies of Machine Angel Ritual. Machine Angel Ritual is awesome because it acts almost like a Return of the Dragon Lords, because if a light monster you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish this card instead, which is really, really nice. And it lets you summon any of your Cyber Angel monsters, so it's kind of a universal card. Then we play 1 copy of Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. This is almost like a Miracle Fusion kind of, ritual spell. It's neat because you get to send them back to deck. You get to shuffle fairy or warrior monsters from your graveyard back to your deck to special summon a Machine Angel, or Cyber Angel, excuse me. So then we're playing 1 copy of Pre-Prep. I'm only playing the 1 copy because I don't know. That might be what I drop for the Vrash. If you guys want to, drop the 1 copy of Vrash for another Pre-Prep. Then 3 copies, or not Pre-Prep, Preparation of Rites. Pre-Prep of Rites is awesome in the deck because it lets you search out your Dawn of the Herald and your Herald of Perfection. And then you've got 3 copies of Ritual Sanctuary, which is awesome. I love the wedding theme of it. It's just kind of cute. You can discard 1 spell card to add a light ritual monster or 1 ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. And then you can shuffle any number of spell cards from your graveyard into the deck. Then target 1 light fairy monster in your graveyard whose level matches the amount of spells you just shuffled back, and you get to special summon it to the graveyard. So that's when you play Petite Cyber Angel, because it's only a level 2, so we only have to send 2 back to make this go off. So if you can get this, you can continuously roll this into more and more and more and more. So that's why we play the 1 copy of the Petite Angel. So then, because we need to get our Ritual Sanctuaries really, really quickly, we play 2 copies of Terraforming to get the ritual spell. So that's it for the spells. Let's get into the extra deck. That's actually it for the main deck. We don't play any traps in the deck. The only thing that I kind of would like to play, but I haven't really found the room for it yet, is maybe like 2 Solemn Strikes. That's really all I would play in this deck. But this stops so much stuff. Like, it stops monster effects and everything else. Like, I don't really need it. Like, I just keep going off with this. And it's just really, really good. The only thing that I wish it said was you could tribute it. It says send instead of tribute, so it doesn't trigger some of the effects. I would totally play Herald Heretics if I could, but it doesn't really go off that well. I mean, it does, but you don't need it. So then for the extra deck, we play 1 Evil Sworn Ouroboros. This is the one that we usually make with the stick in the chair combo. And you can get the effects off pretty easily with this card, and it makes it awesome. Then I play 1 Photon Strike Bouncer because we play 6s in the deck. Number 24, Vampiric Dragon, or number 24, Book of Moon. It's really good. Then we play the Utopia engine, which is number 39 Utopia, then number C39 Utopia Prime, and then a Utopia the Lightning. Then for another level 3 or rank 4 3 materials monster, we play Stellar Knight Deltaros. This one's kind of when you need that destruction effect. You can pop a card your opponent controls with it. And then for another really good rank 4, we play Baguska because it's probably the best rank 4 in the game. Tornado Dragon because it pops back row. Honor Arc because it steals stuff. And then Castel because it blows stuff away. Like, you just get rid of it. A Borreload because we can make it in the deck kind of easily, because you can get your Stickins and Chairs and send them all to grave and then make this. Deco Talker because it's really easy to make. The Magician, and then Proxy Dragon. That's it for the extra deck. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The majority of the time, you're just going to make Ouroboros, maybe, or Utopia the Lightning to wrap up the game. You can go into the Link Monsters, but you don't really need to in this deck. You're going to be making this all the time. These are the right blue cards to make, not these. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this video down in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to check out the Patreon down in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys. Really enjoyed doing this deck.